Here, we're closing the loop from insights to actions, and in this series we're looking at identifying and building real-world use cases using ThoughtSpot agentic AI capabilities and AI solutions embedded where you and your customers are. The context in this example is that we have embedded an autonomous AI agent into an airline internal web page, and this is connected to both the internal company data as well as external data sources such as the broader internet. The agent is able to access and monitor the data to find patterns and anomalies while simultaneously comparing with other attributes such as, in this example, geographical data points. Imagine this agent being able to work for you and with you, always there to answer your questions, being able to differentiate between your data questions and questions that it needs the world data to answer, and you'll see this shortly in the example. So let's look at the architecture behind this. So you can see in this architecture diagram, on the left we've got the elements that are inputting to this process. So we've got the memory, we've got LLMs and MCP servers, and we have goals or target files. These are all feeding into ThoughtSpot agents, and in turn these are feeding into actions, and that is going to where you or your customers are. You can see at the top we've got the continuous observations, and what this means is that the interactions that are going to the customer and the interactions coming from the customer are feeding back into the ThoughtSpot agents, and then the cycle repeats itself. ThoughtSpot is talking to where your data resides, and then integrated with the choice of your LLM if required, and further integrated to where your insights need to be delivered for actions. ThoughtSpot has its own MCP server which can communicate with other LLMs or other agents. Okay, so let's see this in action. So as you can see, we're able to open up a chatbot in the bottom right here and just interact with this to say hello, and then show me a list of hotels offering partnership incentives for our airline in Dubai. So straight away the chatbot there is given a really comprehensive answer of the hotels that match that criteria. So there's a list of the hotels, we've got links through to those, but also these are visualized on a map as well, as you can see on the left. So this gives a really good initial start to answer that user's question, but of course the user is bound to have a follow-on question. So you can hover over these just to see what's going on with those in terms of the detail, and then the users come up with a secondary question. Okay, which are the hotels within 20 kilometers of the Dubai airport? So again, the chatbot can go away. It's utilizing Spotter in the background and ThoughtSpot, and it's showcased there a table showing the hotels within that 20 kilometer radius of the airport, but then also let's visualize these on the map as well, just allowing for a much easier understanding of the data. And then we've got a follow-up question once again, because that's the way these conversations go. Show me the most competitively priced hotels in that area. So it's retaining the context. It knows that we're looking at that 20 kilometer radius, but it's adding an additional measure in there to say which are competitively priced. So it's listing 2 hotels. We've got 2 hotels in the answer on the right, and then 2 listed on the map as well. So it's very much a conversational journey for the user, listing those hotels. They're able to ask a follow-up question. So here's a question which is now not looking at the user data, but this is looking at world data. So which are the public holidays coming up? So this is looking at school and vacation dates in Dubai. So that's coming from world data via the LLM, as opposed to the actual business data, which might be around hotel prices and airport proximity.